All of you, good morning. Today topic is osmosis and reverse osmosis. Next, advantages of reverse osmosis. Osmosis, the process of transfer of solvent from dilute solution to concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Plants absorb water from the soil by the osmosis only. Whenever two solutions of different concentrations are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, the solvent is transferred from a solution of lower concentration to a solution of higher concentration. This is osmosis. The ions or molecules of dissolved state, that is solute, cannot move through the semi-permeable membrane. Reverse osmosis, this is opposite process of osmosis, the process of transfer of solvent from a solution of higher concentration to a solution of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is called reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis can be explained by the following way. Two solutions of different concentrations are separated by a semi-permeable membrane and a high pressure, that is excess of osmotic pressure, is applied on the concentration side. Then the solvent flows from concentrated solution to dilute solution through the semi-permeable membrane by using reverse osmosis. Water is separated from its contaminants or impurities. This is a type of filtration method. It is called as superfiltration or hyperfiltration. In osmosis process, the transfer of solvent from lower concentration to higher concentration through semi-permeable membrane. This is called osmosis. In reverse osmosis process, this is the opposite process. The solvent transfer of higher concentration to lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. This is called reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is used to obtain drinking water from the sea water. The sea water and pure water are taken in a container and separated by a semi-permeable membrane of high pressure is applied on the sea water. The pure water is passed through the semi-permeable membrane. The salts or impurities left over in that part only. The pure water gradually taken out. The semi-permeable membrane consists of very thin films of cellulose acetate or polymethyl ecrate or polyamide polymer. Advantages of reverse osmosis. Number 1, this method removes all impurities like ionic, non-ionic, colloidal, organic and other impurities. The process is cheap and easily carried out. Third one, the semi-permeable membrane can be replaced within few minutes and the membrane's lifetime is nearly 2 years. Fourth one, this process is used for converting seawater into drinking water. Fifth one, this technique is used in dialysis, desalination, etc. Next topic is defluoridation. This is also called Nalgonda technique. The removal or decreasing of fluoride from the water to the optimum level is called defluoridation. National Environmental Engineering Research Institution NEERI Nagpur has developed an economical and simple method for removal of fluoride, which is known as Nalgonda technique. In Nalgonda area, the fluoride concentration is 14 ppm to 16 ppm. In because this technique is called Nalgonda technique, the process consists addition of alum, lime, and bleaching powder to the fluoride water, followed by flocculation, sedimentation, and filtration. The Nalgonda technique use three methods. One is the flocculation, second one is the sedimentation, third one is the filtration. The fluoride water is filled in the upper chamber. Number one, rapid mix. Rapid mixing is an operation by which the coagulant is rapidly and uniformly dispersed throughout a single or multiple phase system. It is rapidly mixed for a period of 30 to 60 seconds with the speed of 10 to 20 rpm means rotation per minute. This results in the formation of microflokes. Flocculation. It is the second stage of the formation of suitable particles flokes from destabilized colloidal size particles. It is achieved by gentle and prolonged mixing for a period of 10 to 15 minutes with the speed of 2 to 4 rotation per minute. In this diagram, in first step, lime, alum and bleaching powder, this is flash mixing. The second step is flocculation and the third step is sedimentation. In sedimentation process, it is the separation of the water by gravitational setting of suspended particles that are heavier than water. Factors that affect sedimentation are size, shape, density and nature of particles, viscosity, density and temperature of water, surface overflow rate, velocity of flow, effective depth of settling zone. Then sedimentation is completed. Next, filtration. It is the process of separating suspended and colloidal impurities from water by passes through a porous media. The flocculated water is allowed to settle and filter through Fuller's earth candle overnight. Treated water will be available for drinking and cooking with the desired level of fluoride. Advantages of defluoridation. Number one, regeneration of media is not required. No handling of caustic acids and alkalis. Third one, the chemicals required are readily available and are used in conventional municipal water treatment, adaptable to domestic use. Fifth one, economical. Sixth one, simplicity of design, construction, operation, and maintenance. Next, method of municipal water treatment. The water used for drinking purpose, usually obtained from natural sources like rivers, deep wells, ponds or lakes, etc. This water does not have the minimum required characteristics. Hence, water should be treated by the following method before using it for drinking purpose. The municipal water treatment is carried out in three steps. Three steps: A. Sedimentation. B. Filtration. C. Sterilization. Sedimentation. The water from the source is pumped out into sedimentation tanks and is allowed to stand undisturbed for few hours. The suspended impurities, which are bigger in size, slowly settle down at the bottom due to the force